everybody.
And welcome to Menti Breaky Epi 43. Is it 43 and 44?
It
45,
might be.
6, 7?
I think.
Whoa.
I think it's 43.
Oh my gosh, I was about to say 42.
I know. I saw your fingers. You might be right. Like, I don't.
Do you have the doc?
Okay, wait. No, I don't have the doc, but let me open
We
Spotify.
have to open our own Spotify to know what episode we're on.
43.
43?
43.
Good for us.
Oh my
We're
gosh.
middle-aged.
We're
Our
a
podcast
middle-aged
is middle-aged?
podcast.
Wow.
That'll be on the Spotify Wrapped.
So you know what? Speaking of Spotify Wraps, someone
Okay.
else said our Spotify was their number 2. And I'm like, why didn't you? It was another coworker.
Oh.
I was like, you should have sent me a screenshot. We would have posted it. But yeah, so keep that in mind, folks.
Yeah, let's just actually move to that now. We've
Yeah.
tried to quit this podcast so many times. Like,
Yeah.
we're like, this is so much work. Like,
Yeah.
so much goes into it.
Literally,
like, we love it,
Your
but
thing is like off.
we love it.
We love it.
But it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. And then we're like, is this even worth it? Do people even care? And
Yeah.
then any day that we think that.
Yes.
Any day that we're like, yeah, we probably should quit.
Yeah.
Like, anywhere from 3 to 20 people will approach us.
Yeah.
Strangers in the street.
Yeah.
Friends.
Literally
colleagues.
strangers in the street.
We'll be like, hey, just so you know, I love Menti Breaky and I would kill myself if you guys ever stopped it. And
And we're like,
okay.
Like, I remember I told James Cummins, our number
Yeah.
one referral, that I was like, okay, Hannah and I we're gonna quit the podcast, and he was
Yeah.
like, actually, you can't because it's in my queue for Wednesdays.
Yeah. He's like, even if I didn't know you guys, I would listen. I'm like, no, you wouldn't. He's like, I would. I'm like, fine.
No, there was one day where we were actually like, we're gonna quit this podcast,
Yeah.
and we like had a whole conversation. We were like,
Yeah.
okay, like it's been fun, like
Yeah.
closing shop, and then I went to Comedy Bar.
Mm-hmm.
8 people
Yeah.
came up to me. No joke, 8.
Yeah.
Being like, I love Menti Breaky so much.
I know, it's weird.
It's really someone that like is about to work at like a television company.
Yeah.
Was like, you know, it's great that you guys post so much because one day someone could invest. And in my head, I'm like, we just fucking quit.
I know. You're like, well,
I'm like,
I don't know how to tell you this. No, that was the same day that a security guard at a bar that I walked into was like, you're a comedian, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I listen to Menti Breaky. I'm like, okay.
Wasn't that like in London too?
It was in London,
something?
Ontario.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, I love Menti Breaky. And I'm like, what?
Yeah. Like, what do you
like, what?
And then I remember like it was like 7 people that had come up to me, and I'm like, okay, like this sucks, but whatever. And I actually left Comedy Bar and I came back, and as I was coming back, this girl stops me outside of Comedy Bar,
Yeah.
one of the bartenders. I'll shout her out, Dawn. I love Dawn.
Love Dawn.
She stops me and she goes, you guys need to do more Fuck, Marry, Kills.
No.
And I was like, also, if you
Fine.
know that we do Fuck, Marry, Kills, you listen to this podcast.
yeah,
You're
we
not
don't
just a
post
clip.
a lot of those on the clips.
Or we do, but we like
but
we don't
like
start
edit
it
around it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, you listen to the podcast? She's like, yeah, every week, and you guys have to do more Fuck, Marry, Kills. And I had to pull out my phone and
Yeah.
voice note Hannah.
I know.
Being like, hey, I know we quit today, but I guess we're not quitting.
I know. And then after that, I was like, yeah, we shouldn't quit. And then that's when the security guard came up to me. I was like, okay, like we're back on, universe. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to keep sending
we get
random
it.
people our way.
It's so, and then even I'll shout out this guy, Noah Farberman at Comedy Bar Danforth. He was like, you guys should have like Menti Breaky speed dating, where like we do an event and it's dating, and James Cummins is like the only man.
That's so funny.
And, like,
he would love that.
Yeah, I know. He just like hosted or something.
Yeah. He
I'm
would
like,
host
that's
it
so
and also
funny.
be the only guy
Yeah,
that you're
a
allowed to
Menti-
go on dates with.
A Menti Breaky dating app.
Yeah. It's just him.
He's
That's
the only
so
man.
funny.
Yeah. And
Yeah, he
Noah
would love
Farberman
that.
was like, when I first started listening, I was single to Menti Breaky, and now I'm in a relationship.
Oh, well, good for you, Noah.
I'm like, that's not Menti Breaky, but
Yeah.
we'll take it as part of our fan base.
Fine.
Fine, we've helped. So yeah, that
But
was
it's
our...
also our fans are concerned about us was what we were.
Our fans are really concerned. Our
Yeah,
fans
of
will be like,
course.
they'll message me and they'll be like, hey, like, love your content,
Yeah.
like, love it, but like, hope you're okay.
No, literally all the time. I'm like, I'll just like walk into a room after we've posted like a certain clip, and people will be like, "You good?"
No.
I'm like, I think so.
No.
I was like,
Literally after we posted the pizza clip,
Yeah.
someone like came up to me and was like, Are you okay?
I was getting messages in my
Yeah.
DMs being like, this isn't okay. I'm
No,
like,
and they were like, I watched this clip when I woke up and I thought that I was like still dreaming.
it literally ruined people's days. There's people that like, I can't unsee this. They're like,
No.
how do I block Monica? I'm like, I don't know.
One of my friends, Tamara, shout out, I was like going to her house that day and she told our other friend that like I was coming over and we were going to have dinner together, and her friend was like, is Monica going to eat dinner? Like she ate the pizza.
Probably.
And then Tamara was like, I haven't watched the clip yet. And I'm like, don't watch it when you're with me because you're going to get like angry.
Yeah, she would get angry over that.
She's like, I know I'm going to get angry. And like, so I
Did
can't.
she watch it eventually?
I don't think she's watched it
No,
yet.
because you would hear from her.
Yeah.
She would be upset.
No, she's like, it's going to trigger me. And I'm like,
I'm going to send
will.
it to her and be like, now you get it. I'm just going to say that.
No, she gets it. She's like, you have problem. And then she goes, I need to speak to your mom. Like, why did she allow this? And
I
I'm
tried
like,
to speak to your mom, and she's like, Monica's the best at eating pizza. And I'm like, okay. And this is why she eats pizza like that.
runs in the family.
What did she call you? She's like an expert pizza eater
Yeah.
or something. I'm like, all right.
A pizza connoisseur.
Expert pizza connoisseur, yeah.
I think it's because I'm an only child and
No shit.
there weren't enough people to like make fun of me in my
No,
home.
I've literally said this. I go, Monica eats like she was never bullied at the dinner table.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Because if I ate like that, my brothers would destroy me.
Yeah.
They'd be like, get out.
Like, they'd
get
hit
out
you.
of the house. They would
Yeah.
kill me. They would, like, you could, like, we would play with our food, but there was still, like, at a
Dignity.
certain level, like,
Yeah.
you just couldn't do things.
Yeah.
And you would get destroyed by your siblings.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, there is a lot that you just like learn from getting bullied by your siblings.
Yeah.
Like I have friends that have like 4 or more siblings, and they're like, it's an entire like society within the home.
Yeah.
Like there's like ranking,
Yeah.
there's cliques, you get bullied, and it is like having 2 older brothers. It's like similar as well. Like you like there's always like 2. As soon as it's 3, there's always 2 against
yeah.
1. Always.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And you're just like, today it sucks to be you.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make your life hell. Yeah, it's like you just like grow up with that, and it kind of is how you end up relating to friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that would have been nice, but I learned it. But yeah, like I have cousins and there's 5 of them.
That's true. You have cousins and stuff though. That helps, right?
Yeah, that did help because I would have like sleepovers with
Yeah.
my cousin and like but
It's important.
but I would like watch them fight. And
Yeah.
then I would just like sit there and be like, hee hee. And they'd be like, Monica, be on my team. And I'd be like, you're all amazing and perfect
no,
and right.
you must pick a side.
No, I eventually did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I picked the side of the cousin like closer in age to me,
Sure.
obviously.
Yeah, of course.
But like, yeah, I have cousins and there's like 5 of them, like 5 siblings, and there's
Mhm.
literally like cliques within
Yeah.
the.
And it changes too.
Yeah.
Like one year you'll be like, I hate this person. Then
Yeah.
next year you're like, that's my best friend.
Well, you
and
watch
we
the
hate-
Kardashians.
Yeah, they move through their things.
They moved because it used to be Khloe and Courtney that
Mhm.
were super close, and then it was Khloe and Kim. Like now it's Khloe and
Mm.
Kim, and they like Courtney's out. Do you
Kourtney.
like reality TV?
I find like the Kardashians for a while. I would never watch the show, and it was my whole algorithm. Is
Hmm.
like, and it still is to an extent, not my whole algorithm, but like a lot of reality TV is my algorithm. But I don't watch any of the shows, but I
Mhm.
like know what's happening on each of them.
So you don't watch any of the shows?
I watch Love Is Blind.
Okay, but you're not like a
and-
Bravo queen or anything.
No. But like that's my algorithm is like the Housewives, Kardashians, Vanderpump.
Well, remember we were talking about this. You were like shows that we used to watch or whatever, and yours was Lost.
Yes.
There were like Lost girlies,
Yeah, I was a lost girly.
like the numbers and shit.
yeah.
you knew all
I
the
almost
numbers?
like when I was younger I wanted like a lost tattoo. Like there's like a
Wow.
certain symbol and I'm like, thank God.
Thank fucking
There,
God.
I think about all the tattoos that I would have gotten as a teenager and I'm like, thank the Lord I didn't go through
that
with
would have
any
been
of them.
really bad.
Even recently, I got this one when I was 26, the one on my back, my watercolor one.
Oh yes.
Someone saw it recently. They're like, do you regret that? I'm like, okay, tell me in other words how much you hate my tattoo. That was their opening. They're like, oh, I didn't know you had a tattoo on your back. Do you regret it? I was like, now I do.
It's
Like,
like
what the hell?
as if it's not bad enough for you to have your X tattooed across your thigh.
I'm like, oh, I guess I hate all my tattoos.
Yeah.
No, I like both of them still.
I have nightmares that I get tattoos and I have to like get them removed because I don't like them
another
anymore.
one.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I kind of want a snake. It's Year of the Snake in a few weeks. And
Okay,
that's my
but
year.
next year's not going to be in Year of the Snake.
No, but I'm Year of the Snake.
Oh, okay.
I'm a snake.
Okay.
Chinese. What are you?
I don't know.
Oh, I feel like I know this.
What is it, your birth
No.
year?
Yeah, it's your birth year. It's your Chinese zodiac. You don't know your Chinese zodiac? Look it up.
Hey Siri, what's the Chinese zodiac for birth year 1993? Rooster. I knew that. No, I actually now I'm like I know it, but
You're such a rooster.
I am a rooster. Isn't that?
Yeah, I really get rooster vibes from you.
And like running around on their little legs.
Yeah, but like effective. They're like in the morning, they're loud and waking everyone up.
I'm not loud in the morning.
No, I know.
But you know, like when I picture a rooster, I picture like a hen like laying an egg.
Okay.
And then you know when like the farmer's like chasing the rooster for the eggs and the rooster's trying to protect the eggs.
That's you?
I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
I just picture a little guy on his
you
legs.
attacking a farmer.
Yeah.
For sure.
I just picture a little guy on his legs running around.
Yeah, running around pecking at people. Yeah.
That's me.
For sure.
Oh.
See that.
But yeah, I don't have any tattoos, and I don't think I want any tattoos. And then, wait, how did we get on tattoos? We were talking about something else.
See if I regret the one on my back.
No, we were talking about something before tattoos.
Oh, the lost. I almost got a lost
tattoo. Oh, you almost got a lost
I
tattoo.
was a lost girly.
I don't think I grew up, like, loving any TV shows.
Oh, really?
Like, I would watch after school, like, Family Channel, like The Weekenders and Lloyd in Space and Recess.
Not in like high school though, because that's more when I started becoming like obsessed with shows.
I liked like One Tree Hill.
There you go.
The OC, but the OC I was
One
still
Tree
kind
Hill, amazing theme song.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Top 10 for sure.
Killer. But like now I'm like very much like I really like reality TV.
Yeah.
It helps me turn my
What's
brain
your
off.
lost? Vanderpump?
That's what I was thinking yesterday, actually. I don't know what my lost is. Like, maybe Vanderpump, but, like, not even. I really like Laguna Beach. That was my shit. But, like, okay, my lost probably is Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Oh, really?
Yeah, seasons 1 to, like, 6. Because the Real Housewives early seasons were so unhinged because there were no, like, laws in place and shit. Like, literally.
And they were just, like, actual criminals.
They were literally actual, like, Teresa just, like, went to jail and they put the show on pause and then she, like, came back. Even, like, early Beverly Hills, like, 1 to 5, there was a girl, like, literally getting assaulted, like, physically assaulted, and then her husband killed himself.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. And then they were like, okay, we need to calm down the show.
He was assaulting her?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He was, like they were in, like, an abusive relationship. And she went on the show to, like, protect herself.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you also see those, what's his face, Andy Daly or whatever.
Andy Cohen. Yeah.
Andy Daly.
Yeah.
That's on my algorithm a lot. Is the tell-alls or whatever when they're like just attacking each other.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, the ones from the first few years are like so unhinged.
And then they were like, okay, like people like shouldn't be like killing themselves.
They're kind of boring now.
Exactly, because it's the same people, but like they don't have drama, so they try to like make fake drama.
Have you seen Brandy's face though lately?
Oh yeah, Brandy looks awful, man.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But that's like what everyone's like, this will happen, and then it happens.
I know.
It's like, yeah, you can't do that much work to your face. It's like falling off her like a glove.
I know. Brandy is one of the original Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, just FYI.
And her face. Look her up.
And she was married to Eddie Cabrera. And then he cheated on her with Sheena, and that's how they flowed into Vanderpump.
Oh.
Because Sheena, they literally went from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills into a scene where Brandy was talking to Sheena, and then they literally flowed to like the back of Sir, which was the restaurant that Lisa Vanderpump owns, and then they just started Vanderpump Rules.
I went to Sir once.
You went to Sir? Yeah.
I didn't even know because my friends wanted to go. This is like 10 years ago. And I was
Yeah.
like, all right.
Yeah. All right.
Did you ever go?
No. I don't think we like got there for whatever reason. Or maybe it was just underrated. I don't know. Anyways.
What's the next? Oh, you're done with men. Do you want to speak on this?
Yeah.
Just the prompt for this topic. Read the entire prompt.
Okay. The prompt for this topic was Monica's kind of done with men's bullshit in general. And then Hannah left a note on the Google Doc, please expand. I can't anymore. I'm just, I feel like 2025 hit.
You're 30? You're 31.
I'm 31.
Yeah, this is 31.
I'm 31. 2025 hit. I'm like, I don't have it in me anymore.
Yeah.
To listen to you talk. Truly.
I kind of feel the same.
I'm just like, I will sit on the phone with a man for 1 hour and explain why he's an idiot. And it's like, he can tell me like, oh, I didn't mean it. Oh, I'm just stupid. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I want to be your friend. Oh, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, nice for you. Great.
Yeah.
I just like don't care. I feel like I used to be like, oh my God, like maybe he means well. And he's like, and I wouldn't want to like look crazy or I wouldn't want to like do whatever. I'm just at a point where I'm just like, you're a dog shit person. Or like you're not a dog shit person, but either way it really doesn't matter to me. Like I need to like go.
Yeah.
Like I have shit to do. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, I think it's like it doesn't even matter like about him anymore.
No.
You're just like, yeah, this doesn't work for me.
Yes.
So
yeah, that's
I'm
the
gonna
shift.
go.
Yeah. It's like I don't actually at this point care what your intentions are.
Yeah.
I mean, they're probably not good because of like how I felt and like just the energy.
Yeah.
But regardless, like even if you meant well and you're just like literally the dumbest person on planet Earth, I just like
then that doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm feeling the same.
Okay.
Where I just am like all of your actions would speak to you behaving in a bad way and you being a bad person. Maybe I'm wrong, but that doesn't work for me anymore.
Well, that's the thing. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're the reincarnation of Jesus. Maybe you're an amazing person.
You might be wrong, but also you're not wrong for yourself.
Yeah.
You know that it doesn't work.
Yeah, I might be wrong in terms of who you are, but I know like
how this person made you feel.
Yeah, and it's also like you put together the patterns, right? I'm just like at a point where like I've forgiven so much and let people back into my life. And then they do like the same thing. And it's like they were so good because they wanted to get back in and now they're back in. And once you do that once, you let them back in once, they know that they can do whatever. And it's like, I don't want to go through this cycle 10 more times over the next 10 more years.
I know, I do always like, it's frustrating because I will look at people where it's like, they broke up or something happened and then they got back together and it worked, right? You always like use the exception to the rule to like be like, oh, well, it worked for them.
Yeah.
Or like, they fucked up, but then they learned from it and now look at how happy and strong they are. But it's just like, that may have happened for those people. But like, it's unlikely that that's what's going to happen for you or me.
Yeah, and it's like maybe it will, and maybe you can try it out if that's where you feel like going. But then it's like if you're spending all this time, you kind of have to step back and be like, well, how do I feel and where is this going? Yeah. And if you want to keep going in circles, that's what my therapist always says. She's just like, you can keep doing this.
Yeah.
No one's going to stop you. It's your life. Like, keep going.
You're like, how dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you let me live my life?
Yeah, I'm like, what am I paying you for?
Yeah.
You
should stop me.
Yeah, you should stop me. And she's like, I'm not going to stop you from doing anything. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll see you next week, I guess.
How dare you give me free will?
Yeah, how dare you allow me to do this? And she's like, well, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I don't know if that's like, I hope, like, because this is also what I was saying to my therapist, though, because I'm like, I've like gotten out of this situation so many times, but then I'm like, but I just like end up getting back into it. Like, and it's like this pattern just keeps repeating. Like, even if it's with different men, it's like the
Yeah.
same pattern.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, the pattern's getting shorter.
Yes.
And you're learning.
That's what you said to me.
Yeah. And so, like, again, she's like, if you look at how many years and now it's down to weeks
Yes.
or whatever, she's like, that's a good thing.
Yes.
And she's like, and you are learning. Even if you can look at it and say that's a pattern, that's
I agree.
learned.
But yeah, the time of each one is getting shorter. I feel like I'm more open to like actually sharing how I feel and not being as scared of like, oh my God, is he gonna leave? Is he gonna hate me? Is he gonna think I'm crazy? Sharing. And then also, maybe not related to all of them, but like I don't hate them as much as I used to.
That's good.
I'm not as affected.
I think that's huge as well, because it's also just like you have to realize, like you said, you're like, maybe you're right, maybe I'm wrong,
Yeah.
but like that's not actually what the issue is.
Exactly.
You're like, the issue is how I'm letting myself be treated right now.
Yeah.
So I don't hate you.
Yeah.
Continue on with your life.
Continue on.
You're free to never speak to me again.
Yeah.
Because now I'm valuing myself and I'm loving myself, and that's actually what's important.
And once you do that, that's when they come running.
Oh my God, literally from across the continent.
Yeah, it's like you couldn't even like fucking crawl over a centimeter
there's
yesterday.
Literally an alarm.
Yeah, there's an alarm
that
and then
they have on their phones. And
Yes.
It's like, oh, Monica actually is loving herself today.
Oh shit, we have to go.
Monica
round
built
up the
some
troops.
self-esteem.
Oh no.
And then they press a button.
Yeah.
And it goes across the whole world.
Yeah, it goes literally across the whole world. They stop everything they're doing. And I'm like,
they drop what they're doing, and they're like, Monica built some self-esteem and is valuing herself.
No. Yeah.
Like, we
can't do that.
We cannot let that happen.
It's just like so wild how much like the energy shifts, and it's like, okay, well, this is actually my energy now, and it actually is just like unrelated to.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't like there's guys that I've like had like relations with and stuff over the past few years that like it didn't turn out as like a relationship or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't hate them. Some of them are my friends.
Yeah,
Some of them are like good people.
Yeah, it's like not even, and they don't even have to be your friend. It's just like not hating them. You're just like, I just don't I have no space for you. So exist, carry on.
Or
I
even
do think
I have
it's
space.
Funny
Yeah.
to think about just being like, I'm feeling really good. Like, I'm okay being single. I'm really happy. And there's men like literally like coming up from the grave.
No, that's literally what happens.
Kicking down doors.
There's an alarm, and they're like, alert!
Yeah, they're like waking up from a coma. They're like, what did she say?
Assemble!
No,
Avengers
truly.
assemble!
This is actually what happens.
It is. You'll get the text. It's the same day.
It's like, what am I putting out? Like, what that says,
Vibes.
please fuck with me.
Yeah.
As soon as I'm like happy and confident.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, like I've gone to therapy, it's settled in, I did
Yes.
some meditation, and they're like, I'm gonna like your Instagram story or now.
Oh, send a message.
Yeah. Hey, how are you doing?
Oh, I just happened to bump into you. You're
I saw
like,
this
did
Kleenex
you?
box. It reminded me of you.
Yeah. Yeah, just things that you could absolutely not message me.
Yeah.
And there they are.
Yeah, there they go. But yeah, so I'm done, and I'm glad to hear that you're.
Yeah, I feel. Well, I mean, I say that,
Yeah.
and then next week I'll be like, ugh.
Yeah, and then we also have to show compassion. Like, we're not perfect. We have to show compassion to
Yeah.
ourselves. But then it's like, okay, well, like, what do I actually want? You know?
Yeah, I think
this
that's what we have to
life.
keep asking ourselves over and over.
Yes. Okay. Well, that's our man segment for the week. Thank you, everybody. We're the men that we're not done with are listeners of Menti Breaky.
Yeah, we're never done with you guys.
No, you're the best.
Thank you for tuning in. Do you feel this way about women?
Yeah.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's women fucking with them right now.
Well,
that they're
because
like, I can't.
we're Menti Breaky,
Mhm.
right? So it's like anyone that like relates to us are the people in this position.
Mm-hmm.
Like probably more on the anxious attached side, or you're kind of avoidant sometimes. Actually,
I don't really know what I am. I'm very bad with I have very bad impulse control, is what my therapist keeps telling me.
what does that mean?
So it means like I can be like super like attached to someone and trying to earn their love and everything, but then also I can be very avoidant, but it's almost like as soon as something's bad for me, then I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh, let's have some fun.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know what kind of attachment style that is, but it's like it's as soon as it's like I've forbidden myself, I'm like, don't go back there, Hannah. Then that's the direction I'll run to.
Yeah, touching the fire
Yeah.
to feel something.
Yeah, I don't know. So it's my attachment style kind of changes depending on whether or not I should be talking to someone.
I think it also depends on like kind of what the other person is. Like when the other person's being avoidant, I'm anxious. When the other person's anxious, I'm avoidant. You know. Yeah. That's happened too. Like when the other person's like coming to me, I'm like,
no, thank you.
bye. Anyways, yeah, okay, our next topic is, so TikTok is getting banned.
I didn't know this. Like, I keep hearing of it, but I've heard this for like the past year.
Yeah, so I watched this TikTok on TikTok getting banned, and apparently what's going to happen, I think it's like on January 18th or 19th, it's not like they're going to delete the app from your phone, but you're not going to be able to like update it anymore. And updates happen like twice a week for like bugs and all this stuff. And then I also think that like, I think without the updates, it's just going to like eventually die or something. And you're not going to be able to download it. So it's like,
if you don't have it, then you can't get it.
That's what I heard.
Wow.
But I also think it might only be for the States. Like, I don't know if that's...
I think it is just for the States. And I remember them talking about this before.
Yes.
Like a year or two ago, like during the pandemic more.
Yeah.
But it was for the States.
Right.
But we always follow what the States
We always follow
does,
the States
so.
Because people were like, well, do you think now Canadian, content creators can have their moment? I'm like, no. No one in the States is going to be, like, watching fucking...
That's so stupid.
Canadians.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's also, like, no Canadians as compared to the population number of Americans. So if Americans are like not using the app, like the app just dies.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm really excited for TikTok to die. Like literally fuck
too.
TikTok.
I think it's like ruining the world.
Well, not just that, but TikTok has like fucked me over so much with my content that I'm just like, you guys can literally suck a dick.
Interesting.
Because I'll have people come up to me like to this day being like, oh, I loved when you were on TikTok like years ago. And I'm like, I never got off TikTok.
That's crazy.
But they stopped.
They are evil, yeah.
Yeah.
They're quite evil.
They stopped like pushing out my videos, and then sometimes I get comments being like, oh my god, you haven't come up on my For You page for so long. Like, so nice to see you. And I'm like, I've been posting every day.
Yeah.
But I'll see those comments even on big creators being like, you haven't come up on my page and now I see you. And it'll be the same for me. I'll be like, oh, I haven't seen this person in so long.
Yeah.
And then...
And they have admitted that they do that.
Yeah.
They'll like silence some and promote whoever they decide is worthy of promoting.
Well, even like, so my most viral video that got like 13 million views on Instagram, and then on TikTok it got 600 views.
That's crazy.
And then one creator like redid it with my sound, because you know how you can use the same sound. She remade it with my sound and she got 10 million views.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I had
so they
600.
are suppressing you for some reason.
And then like eventually, because like that video went so viral, it like got to like 200,000. But there's millions.
Still,
there's millions and millions of like views on other people's videos just using my sound in like the same format.
That's crazy.
So then what I did, because I had to delete I had to make a new Instagram because of the whole hacking situation. But then I deleted my TikTok and just like started a new TikTok, because I'm like, well, what's the point of having this TikTok if it's not going to be shown to anyone? And so then when I deleted my TikTok, that sound gets deleted.
Oh, interesting.
So every person that used that sound, it's now like sound removed. So I'm like, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Because so many people were on the app because of that sound that I made. And I know there's like obviously still people on the app and other trending sounds. But I'm just like, yeah, you can suck my dick.
Yeah.
I'm taking my shit and I'm leaving.
I kind of like TikTok going away Because you know when it's like a really, really nice day out and everyone's having like the best time at the beach and you feel like all this pressure to go and like do something with the day and have the best time at the beach, but you're just like kind of depressed and you don't want to.
Yeah.
And then sometimes when it's like a really miserable rainy day and you're like, I kind of feel good because everyone's just inside and we're all reading and like no one's getting anything done today, so I don't have to feel bad about myself.
Yes.
That's how I feel about TikTok.
Interesting.
And every day I feel like everyone's having the best time at the beach and I'm just like not
on
in
TikTok.
the mood on TikTok, and I'm like not on TikTok and I don't post anything, and then I always feel guilty that I'm not posting anything
Right.
or doing anything, even though it's like, do I want to? Not really.
Right.
But then I still feel that guilt if not. So if it goes away, I'll be like, yeah, we can all just stay inside and read a book today, right, guys?
Yeah. Well, we don't have to use
have a
this,
day in,
right?
right? Because it's raining out.
I'm surprised you don't like TikTok because it's like very fast. It's very like ADHD.
I think I'm like a perfectionist, and then like I'll have an idea of what I want to make, and then I do
no, but
it,
I
and
mean
then,
like
it looks
scrolling.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I get on anything reels
Yeah.
or whatever, I get sucked in for hours.
So you're on TikTok watching.
Not really. I still don't go on TikTok though. I'll go
Right.
on reels.
Right.
Yeah.
right,
But
on
yes, I
Instagram.
used to though. I used to like during the pandemic, I would be on there
Yes.
for like 9 hours at a time, and I'm like, what am I doing? So I actually deleted it for a while because it was like ruining my life.
Yeah, same. It was
Yeah.
like I was having like issues because I think it changed my brain chemistry.
I think so too. Like I
'Cause
think
it goes
reels
so
is like
fast.
hurtful.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And like I can't like read books anymore.
I'm trying to read a book
Me too.
now. What
It's
book are you
hard.
trying to read?
Honestly, a book from like my childhood.
What one?
Just no, I
It's like C-Spot Run.
no, it's so embarrassing. It's like a series called like Talking to Dragons.
That's so cute.
No, it's like a childhood book that our teacher read us in grade 6. And like I really like it. It's like, you know how some people go back to like Harry Potter or whatever?
Yeah, no, it's a comfort read for sure.
Yeah, it's a comfort read, and I was just like, I just need to get back into like reading books.
Yeah.
But when I say I've been reading that, it's like I think the last time I opened it was like 2 months ago.
Okay.
So I need to get back. But it's like what's sad also about that is like, okay, this Talking to Dragons series, like I liked it so much, but like I can't find what the equivalent for like my age now of that.
There's like tons of fantasy books. Is it a fantasy?
Kind of. It's like a
Oh my god. I'm sure
Enchanted Garden vibes.
there's so many. There's
Yeah.
so many fantasy books
I'll have to find one. It's
for
like an overwhelming.
people our age.
Yeah.
That's like a huge genre. It's
Yeah.
like really in right now too, because
Yeah.
ever since like Game of Thrones and shit.
Right, true. It's Game of Thrones style. Yeah.
I know Game of Thrones is maybe a bit much, but there's like a lot. I'm sure even listeners would be happy to recommend you.
Yeah, if you guys have any books that are similar
My
to
cousin
that.
writes fantasy.
Because like I can't read this fucking like Malibu Rising shit and like
What
some
the fuck is that?
it's like, you know, like the short love stories or whatever the fuck. Like I can't like with
Is
these.
it popular?
What's
Oh, what about those the one that got made into the movie and now Blake Lively is having her like fucking getting
like
sued
that
over
kind
it.
of shit. I can't.
Well, those are literal garbage.
Yeah. No, those are the books where I'm just like, and everyone that I know is like reading those books. So I'm like, I can't handle this.
I'm reading a Margaret Atwood series right now. It's very good.
Okay.
I feel like I become a better comic too when I'm reading.
Yeah, well, I became a better writer
Yeah.
when I would read, like writing essays and stuff, but probably just writing. I mean, Jerry Seinfeld's book, I told you, helped me a lot when it came to like writing comedy.
No, it's like it's like so easy to like look at this and be like, no, this is good for me and reels are bad for me, and yet
I know. Here I am.
Here I am,
Yeah.
4 hours in, watching the dumbest stuff.
People make things that are like there to fuck with your brain, like even like food, like chemically, like treats and stuff, like chocolate and whatever. They make it in a way where like you overindulge and you overeat and your brain chemistry like needs it.
That's like the Mr. Beast stuff.
Right.
It's literal garbage.
Yeah, I haven't watched it.
I watched like the first few, like probably 4 episodes. Like I just had it on in the background and I'm like, this is trash.
Well, it's just like people like doing like weird psychology
Barely.
shit on each other.
Yeah. But it's like there's like you can anyone could have done that. The only thing he's learned how to do is capitalize on addiction.
Yes.
That's all he does.
Yeah.
Other people have done game shows.
Yeah.
Other people have done like Squid Games literally exists.
Yeah.
Like that's a TV show you could watch.
Yeah.
But everyone, like Mr. Beast broke so many records. Everyone's watching it. I'm like, he just knows how. Like the way the cliffhangers, the clips, the way the wording.
Yeah.
Everything is just to get you to watch whatever the next thing is.
Right.
The next episode, the next clip, the next second of this.
Yeah.
And it's like, but like sometimes I'll like have it on and then I get interrupted and I'm like, I couldn't tell you what I just watched for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And there's nothing
yeah
about it that made my life better in any way.
No.
I'm like, oh, I watched someone catch a ball for $1 million.
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, if you described it to me, I'd be like, you're out of your mind. I would never watch that. And yet here I am.
Isn't it like psychologically like damaging shit? Like it's like do this like creepy, crazy thing for $1 million, or am I wrong?
Not really. It's more like, it's not creepy crazy. It's like stack blocks on top of each other. We're going to have 1,000 people make a tower of blocks.
Yeah.
And the first 100 people
whose
blocks fall
are
eliminated.
Right.
And then everyone's nervous.
Right.
And that's it.
Yeah. Okay.
But then sometimes it'll be like, we'll give you $100,000, but you get to pick someone to eliminate.
Yeah, like they make people
there is
do weird shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not like, it's all just like, do you want money? Then you have to take away money from someone else.
Yeah.
And then they do that over and over. But then at the end of the day, you're like, I don't know these people.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
So a random woman, I just watched a random woman take away $1,000 or $10,000 from another guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, why would I watch this? It's so crazy.
Yeah.
But he's so good at addiction.
Yes. Yeah. And keeping.
Yeah.
Well, that's how he like got big, right? Like you get big on the internet by like these little clips and these little like fucking short things, and it's like that's why all these influencers are like so big now, because it's like even though the content, and that's like someone said this to me recently and it's so true, like the more general your content is and the like dumber, the more people you get, which is like so annoying, because I'll post a video that I like, that I'm into, that is like whatever, no one likes it, no one views it, and then I have posted things in the past where I'm like, this is stupid, but I know it'll bring people in, and I'm right. And it's like, it's sad, you know?
I feel like that I recently felt like that about comedy in general. Like I was performing for like a big crowd, and like I was like, they're not smart.
Yeah.
They're not smart, and they would laugh at things that were so stupid.
Yeah.
And so, like barely even a joke. And then I would have like a well-written joke about maybe something that's been in the news, and it would be like silent. And I'm like,
I know, we've done rooms like that where it's like, I know that you just want, like, if I Googled like top 10 dad jokes, like this is what would kill.
It would destroy.
Yeah.
Because I've watched so many people go on stage and say a meme.
Yes.
A literal meme. And they'll get a fucking like standing ovation. And I'm like, well then what am I trying for?
Well, I think that's why for me it's like I really want to find my people. Like I want to find my fans through like my social media, or even like when I do shows, or you know, when we do shows in sophisticated like bigger cities with like education systems and things like that, like we don't really have that problem. But yeah, when we're doing kind of like smaller towns or like like outside of Toronto, it can get frustrating.
It's very frustrating. But then I'm also like this is the majority of the world.
Yeah, but like I don't think, like for me it's like doing comedy for people in like sophisticated areas, like there's enough people there.
True.
You know? But yeah, it is. I mean, like that's why like in the States, you know, you see on the internet so many people being like wanting to vote for you know, Kamala or whatever, but then it's like Trump wins because that's just your majority of people.
For sure. Yeah, it's just like I'll just be doing comedy for like 300 people, and I'm like, I don't know that I could have a conversation with any of you guys anymore.
Yeah.
I think that's just like the issue of like doing comedy, not to sound pretentious or whatever, but like crowds are smarter in Toronto.
Yes.
like that.
Well, crowds are smarter in like bigger cities because
Yes.
people go to the bigger cities to have jobs that like require education,
and,
right?
like thrive,
yes.
or they have an idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you go to these smaller towns and you're like, there's nobody here has any ideas.
Yeah, like I go to smaller towns and I'm like, okay, time to pull out my dick jokes and my sex jokes.
Literally the dumbest things. And I'll even just be saying something that's not a joke or a premise, and they're
Yeah.
like laughing. I'm like, that was just a fact.
Yeah.
Like, you're laughing at facts now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's when you kind of have to decide what kind of like comic you want to be. But even at that point, like we don't want to decide, right? Like we're just happy to like.
No, I just want to like tell jokes and have people laugh at them.
But then that comes with it, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, I like that conversation actually.
Yes, people like hearing about comedy now and then.
Yeah.
It's not all we talk about.
Yeah. It's not all we talk about. We don't just
Yeah.
talk about boys, and we don't just talk about comedy, and we don't just talk about ADHD. We talk about all of the above.
Yeah, we talk about all three. So it's pretty interesting.
Okay, love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. All the best on your journeys of telling men who they are and telling women who they are. And we're menti breaky queens, but we can speak up for ourselves too.
Yes.
All right, goodbye.
Okay, bye.